Princess, what do you give me? Increases the influence gauge? Forget what the influence is. That like the life, your life total? That's sweet if that's the case. Man. Alright, let's check out our bullets. Crushed windpipe as a result of choking. And what's his face was making it stink about the rope, so gotta remember that. You know, because Ibuki was under the gullible stuff, she totally could have just been standing there when not naming who I think the killer is, slit Hiyoko's throat. Like, basically, you could have had her thinking anything. Like, oh, it's just tomato juice. That's all. Hanging. So they wrapped the wallpaper around Hiyoko. Not trying to think of the technicalities of this because it's just going to make me more confused. And that's how they were able to do it so fast. So the reason they bought that is because they wanted to make it look like the conference room. Stepladder. So the stepladder was in the back. So if Hiyoko was killed in the back, there could have been blood that got on the stepladder. Candle. Why is it smashed? To make it seem like it was done there. .86 degrees, which was so you can tell the time of death. Why'd they wipe the blood stain and not do a very good job of it? Because they wanted us to think it was dragged there afterwards? That would make sense, because then it would have taken a lot longer, and then we would think, well, you know, whoever was with us for even a short amount of time can't have done it because it would have taken so long. I mean, that's glue. Still don't understand that. And alright, Mikan was with Hajime, molesting me like a jerk. Don't find you attractive, and I'm engaged to the princess. Thank you very much. I have her underwear in my inventory, which I very badly want to take out and rub in Soda's face. Alright. She wasn't with me the whole time. She went up to the on-call room. And after I left, she said that she went to the house to check on everyone and realized she disappeared. Rhett met Fuyuhiku and they went to search together. Okay, so they split up. Bing, 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 bing. Score, score. Split up. They checked the movie theater. Only separated for a short time. Well, if she was hanging up, and okay, I'm trying really hard to not think of the technicalities of this shit right here. But if everyone was already murdered, all she would have to do is rip the wallpaper off and trash it, and then go meet up with everyone else. Now, like, the reason I'm saying not thinking of technicalities is, like, how you rip the wallpaper off without making a huge mess and, like, getting it everywhere. You know, another story. So she probably went to go tie her sash in front of the mirror and just got caught there. I don't understand what this is for, but I'm sure I will. I mean, like, the time. Maybe, like, seeing what time everyone saw the movie. I'm not sure. Right, the tote bag was on the person's head. And you get 2. And that's about it. Let's go!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who if you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring...
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Oh, that's right. I refused to tell him about the video.
Because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
He's trying to get me to say
Nagito's
it.
not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Good job.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone.
There's only 2
So,
people there.
I sprinted out of the hot coincidentally. I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those 2 that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag.
Cat, tornado alert.
So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door.
I just don't understand why lock the door. Like,
And when that happened,
after I left.
we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
Unless the...
And so we decided.
When we removed the hemp bag,
So that's how the case played out.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is... Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, then you could be lying as much as you want right now.
lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me.
Is this where the ticket comes in? Yeah.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself.
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did
Jeez.
Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime.
Oh, damn it! I'm a witch. Who the heck said that?
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
Those are hard to hit now.
Hajime's testimony is a lie.
What's the point
the
of this
fact that
game?
Ibuki hung
What's the point of
herself.
any game?
That would also be a lie.
Point of this game is to
I don't
win.
think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
Ha!
No, that's wrong.
It's like a murder mystery. I guess is the best way to describe it.
I'm
Detective
not the killer.
game.
I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket.
If
They're
you
marked
knew that,
with a
what was the
stamp
point
shows
of that?
The date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad.
But yeah.
I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is real,
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
a murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
Thank you so much for following Adorable Path 14.
What do you mean a
Is it
closed
like the
room?
14th Adorable Path?
The killer blocked the venue door from the
Is it
inside
full of, like, fluffy
to try and
bunnies?
keep us from entering right away.
Path? I love it.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Me too, but it still
If
won't
they
let me
blocked
talk
the
to
door
him.
from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Wait, are they talking about
Yeah,
the door?
you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Me too!
Hey! Like, you're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
Let's see. The Glop, maybe?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried
really
to keep
hard.
us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Whoops.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
Okay,
By locking the door from the inside,
that's true.
they
did
tried
that.
to keep us from getting in.
Okay.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
I don't know
How
if
did they
that's
lock
true.
the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
I don't.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding
No, I
inside
said there was a contradiction.
waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I think it's gotta be one of the
I
first
have seen this in
ones.
serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking
To
the
stop
door
for
from the
time?
inside,
Or
they tried to keep us
the
from getting
locking
in.
from the inside?
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Okay, it's gotta be locking from the inside. I guess if they put it on the outside and then shut it, but that still doesn't understand. Oh, they could have. I got it. Okay, so they could have broken the drumstick, put it on the floor, put the glue on the side, and then shut the door from the
The
outside.
killer
Okay.
was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
That makes a lot more sense.
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
I gave it
There's
at
a
the beginning.
transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe
You
that's
missed
what
it.
they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
Glue?
I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my... Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
A drumstick isn't
That
that.
doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia. And me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limp.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just reveal?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
You're making nothing.
That scrap of paper, is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
The wallpaper. Wallpaper. Wall. I'm not gonna embarrass myself with this like last time. Whoa. I really shouldn't hang on to them for so long. Oh my god, they're going so fast! No, I needed that L! Wow! Oh, I needed that P! Gosh darn it. I need to stop doing that. Apparently it's going faster now. Oh, if they hit the same one, they go together? What do I need next? Another P? Whew!
I got it! That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there?
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
Oh, they just folded it back
So the
up.
scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
That makes sense.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
Oh, hush.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, You can figure this out easily.
Dive! Are we diving? Yes! Yes! Forgot how to do this. Ah! Maybe I shouldn't go so fast to this part. Question 1. Why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime? It was hidden. I was trying to be tricky and hold on to the letters, but the letters I needed just didn't come fast enough. Oh, I thought that was thingy. Ah! I thought that was a, Alright, question 2. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. Oh my god. Why am I speeding on this? Question 3. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They covered the pillar. Yay!
It's all coming together.
Whoops, I did that really fast.
I got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
I don't understand that either. Like, what was the point?
Because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's...
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to
Why?
hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms
So
a
I would-
perfect circle around the pillar.
Oh, so I
using
would
it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
think that the video was
Then, the reason the
real.
wallpaper was covered
That's
in
probably
so many
why.
stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, the scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
Yeah.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. It's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitate.
Are you kidding me? You haven't...
Hey, don't put my in movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
It's a good question.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
Oh. I see. Because we would immediately assume Scarecrow and then Lion, but it was actually Lion and then the Scarecrow, which is why Chica
The reason
had
the killer
blood on
imitated
her
two of the murders
shoes.
from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
He speaks
Man,
like
he's being
Shakespeare.
annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim
She does it in
Ibuki's
such a nice
feet
way,
were
though.
touching the floor when Hiyoko
Oh,
was
so
killed.
you want me to explain
How
it to
can a
you?
low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
I mean, legit, she had the gullible disease. She could have just killed Hiyoko and been like, oops, that's tomato juice. Don't worry about it.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Okay, let me
Did
do
you see
that.
her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
No. Oh,
I agree with
there
that.
we go.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded, which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye.
Ugh. Come on, Gundam. I usually
Is that
like you.
it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Okay. Stepladder? Smudge? Stepladder or smudge, I guess it was probably gonna be.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare?
I think it's gotta be...
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never...
Damn
it!
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
What?
Crap!
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Ha! Impossible!
Oh.
Try to remember the crime scene.
I'm a dumb.
There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words.
I might get such a bad grade for this
That's not
one.
it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
What I missed?
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to
It usually
object,
says the time
right?
of death in the Monokuma file, doesn't it?
Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Thank you.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Ah, wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the...
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty...
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease,
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive!
Oh, you already knew
When
that. You're
Hajime
just...
first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself.
And if she was going to fake her death, her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that...
I see. There's no doubt that someone killed those two.
What the heck?
There's still one... If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she... Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that... So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it...
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
That doesn't make sense. Why
Now
couldn't
then,
she have been...
I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Why couldn't Hiyoko been killed any time during the night? Oh crap. Forgot what all these are.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No, that's wrong!
Whoa. I honestly did think that was... I didn't know if it was going to
Not
be
all
that
of us
one
are
or
missing an alibi.
Kiku. I just guessed. It's sweet.
In fact, Mikon and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikon and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of
Don't say
situation
that
is
stuff
that?
in front of my future
I
wifey.
accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Oh yeah, you accidentally
Too
did
much
that.
info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer...
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process, was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you
Oh
guys
yeah,
so
you
much.
feel so bad.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Because it happened way, like, probably like midnight or something. Or like 11. Suspended.
Hiya!
Stop it!
What a disappointment!
Alrighty, everybody, put your votes together. Put your vote together for who you think the killer is. Ba-ba-ba.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip. but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to...
Thank you. Because it happened at like 11 p.m. probably.
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too.
God.
If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh.
I have to wonder if
I couldn't get
Monokuma
killed
likes
because of that.
Nagito or hates him.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it...
Yeah, that's why I thought it was the Tin Man that she was imitated.
But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Give me some cuddles.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete.
Maybe they lumped them together.
If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because she just walked
I
in.
understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
I have a tail as a hat. Okay, this is gonna be Sonia's account. Or not.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
I agree with that.
Or she was guided by the will of causality.
I agree
Why
with
did
that.
Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Do I have to grab something?
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
There we go.
I agree with that. It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly caught. I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right?
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right?
I won't lose.
What? Why are you arguing with me? You can't even argue.
Are you saying my gut was... This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No!
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Now it's Sonia's account.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. That girl is so small and weak looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
Oops.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. That girl is so small and weak looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Sometimes I can only
But
win because of
Hiyoko's
that.
room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
Why?
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up. There's only one reason.
Oh
her
no no
kimono
no!
would
That's
be
a
that
that's an
messed up.
agree.
She fought the killer.
There
Allow
we
me
go.
to cut through those words.
That didn't really make any sense, but okay.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to
Oh
properly
yeah
wear
yeah
it.
yeah yeah yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't...
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when...
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you...
Kazui, do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is...
Yeah.
It was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head. And without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
Hey, Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like...
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Didn't we establish that?
I thought there might be a
Oh, no.
possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers.
Yeah.
So if she faked
we
her
talked
death
about it.
and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while
Thank
ago.
you.
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
That's strange. That's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
Oh. I get it. I don't know which one it is though. Why weren't there any footprints on the blood? She didn't walk to it. Maybe she was strangled. And then all they'd have to do is tie her up and use the thing that lowers the curtains to hang her. But I still don't know which one it would be, if that's the case. I'm gonna try this one.
Crap!
Okay, then it's gotta be the stepladder.
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing!
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video, hmm?
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
I need a hero.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Hero to
Yeah,
the
I'll
morning
definitely try.
light. It's gotta be strong in the sky. I'm the only one who can do it! I imagine that was what the voice actor would say. How it would say it. This.
Damn it!
This. There's no motif on it or whatever.
Damn it!
What? The stepladder? There's no blood stain on the stepladder?
Here!
Yay! I got it right for the third on the number 3.
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Third time's charm, baby.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
It did also click off right before she actually hung herself.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
There were 2 stepladders in the storage room, too.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that...
It's possible those 2 stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were 2 stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder?
No, there
There
were
was
2.
only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
Well, I mean, there was 2 before this happened.
What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deductions.
What are you 2 talking about?
That thing where the killer... Conference room? Holy bugger. What's the difference? What's the difference? Filming location. Filming location. So many ends. Filming. Wrong button. Like I just needed that C. I panicked. Okay. Boom!
I got it! That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
They broke it. I like this one. There's more stuff going on. Question 1. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? Both? The monitor or both? May have been both. Nope. The monitor. The monitor. I don't remember seeing a camera. What? What? I guess they'd only have to take the camera? Is that why? They wouldn't need the monitor, they just need the camera? Okay, I guess that makes sense. I was thinking because they destroyed the monitor, so it's technically tampering with it, but not in the way that they want. And I'm getting super dizzy right now. What? I was on the platform. Alright, question 2. Did the killer camper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? Well, I had the one at the hospital, so it had to have been the music venue. Okay. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue surveillance camera unit? They took it with them. Took it with them. Yes. Woo! Got through that one. I go too serious. I was like, well, obviously they broke the thing, so I was thinking that they tampered, but that makes sense.
That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true. In order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remain.
Broke it. Flipped it over.
I see!
Gotta get some health back
The
from
killer
that.
smashed the monitor to pieces. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually... My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is a...
So is this the conference room? This is the conference room. Conference. Conference. Give me an O. 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 Give me an A. Give me an O. Give me an O right now. Give me a... Thank you. Now you guys get to test my spelling ability. Where is it again? The C's gonna be gone by the time I need it. Conference. No, my head! I just killed it! God damn it! I was just like, oh, it's gonna take forever for the end to get here, so not really paying attention. There we go. Conference. Oh wait, the ends, if they hit each other, it doesn't matter. Room. Give me another O. Oh, give me an O. No. Oh. Conference roof. Give me an M. Conference room.
It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? The conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those...
More like they made the music venue look like the conference room by buying the curtain.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That one, 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 that one.
That must be it! What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really... It somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like...
Oh, yeah?
You just gotta get that
Well, your face looks stupid.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is... the same color as the music venue stage.
How coincidental.
So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
The candle.
I can prove it with this.
That makes sense.
You're referring
as
to
why
the candle in the music
they
video,
didn't
right?
use the lighting.
In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
Unless you want to be creepy, because that was really creepy.
Wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but... the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
I just don't understand why make the video at all.
Which means-
because that's just like
Are you saying the candle in the
Gives
music
us
venue
more
wasn't
evidence.
actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was...
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that video... It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
maybe she wanted me out of there.
The reason the killer made a... There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
You're the only one! Nikon, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence? At that time, you said you were going to the on-call. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair.
So that must...
Please, wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
It just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
If she had the despair disease.
It's totally wrong! It's not what you...
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
That slow-witted remark is...
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious.
What do you say?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Despair disease.
Can you hold on a minute? Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all. I missed all of the critical parts, and
What are you saying?
Jeff.
But still, there's I thought it was suspicious all along. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What? Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it.
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Actually, this is a game.
It
Don't
is.
say such controversial state.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang, that's a huge deal!
A decisive clue.
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right?
I was wondering if
There
we were
weren't
gonna
any
come around
ropes
to this.
inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope. It's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being
She
frayed?
choked her.
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who, just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh?
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then...
I finished speaking.
How is that a decisive clue?
It's obvious.
You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to grab something.
did we fall for someone's lie?
Yes. Yes,
The
we
body
did.
at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Okay, I know what I'm supposed to...
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Give it to me.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
I think I gotta change that
Scars?
one.
You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yes, that's what I believe.
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too.
God, these are annoying.
It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Okay, so I think I gotta grab that first one
Ibuki didn't die from
that
hanging.
Nagito says.
She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
No, that's not it.
Crap! Ibuki didn't die from hanging.
Okay.
She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
That's true.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Maybe
The
this
body
is...
at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Dang it. Okay. I'm pretty sure I gotta grab something and shoot it at the fall for
Ibuki didn't
someone's
die
eye.
from she was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, the scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
Damn it, how did I not get that?
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame.
I want that! God damn it.
Ibuki didn't die from hang. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, the scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever
How the hell am I
misunderstood
supposed to grab that? Ugh.
Ibuki didn't die from. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling, the scars they leave would look different.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Why can't I grab that?
Whoever misunderstood is to blame.
Can I not grab a thing?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're
Oh,
very
wait,
different.
I know.
The scars they leave would look different too.
There we go.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
No? Oh, what the fuck?
Crap! Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it.
What did the Monokuma file say? Of choking. I'm gonna try shooting this.
Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
No?
Crap! Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
That must be it!
Sometimes I'm just like, what?
So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole...
Does it say in the rope thing that...
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and You, Mikan.
Please
You identified
That's
the
why
poker.
it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You were right.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right.
Mikon nursed me till I got better.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikon because she was nursing her.
So Mikon volunteered to nurse us? 'Cause she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects every...
I'm not a criminal. Mikon is.
You've got it all wrong.
I'm sorry, but I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not...
Well, if that's the choice everyone made, but is that really okay?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm serious.
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way.
Is that really true?
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop. I don't want to do this either. But I need to do this.
You doubt your friends?
That's not it. I suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. Like,
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say? Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that! You hear me? I'm done!
Hey, Mikon.
It's not fair. It's not fair. Not fair.
And
not
she
fair,
broke.
Not fair, not fair, not fair, not fair, not fair, not fair, not fair! Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away! What did I do? Why won't you forgive
Thanks.
me?
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, this is annoying. Plus,
If we don't have
Whoops.
any clues, why don't we have her give us some? I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered two of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair. Hey Mikon, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
That's
Can you
not an
prove it?
answer.
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room.
We have proof that it
Treating
probably
me like
was.
a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy. I didn't do anything wrong. Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already.
Is this broad really okay? She's
I didn't like
emotionally
her
unstable.
before, and now I really don't like her.
I'm not the killer. The video. I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us. But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Or is she gonna slip up?
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
What was Mikan's account?
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you.
Right. I don't think it's...
Who could have filmed that video?
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
What? Whoa,
Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well.
No, I heard
You're
it.
the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Give me some... God damn it.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you. Who could have filmed that video?
Huh? Do you have
I
any
needed
proof?
that, didn't I?
Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well.
You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Give me. Thank you. I got it.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you. Who could have filmed that video?
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction.
Yes! I'm so happy that was it.
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan?
to... Ah! Forgive me! Huh? 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 Huh?
Everybody snaps, but seriously.
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible. You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right?
Yeah.
Oopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music
Because you
venue
got
at the
buy
same
one, get one
time?
free, bitch.
It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think? That's why that video isn't So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
No! No. No. I hate these so much. Ugh. The other one was so much easier. Hey Mekla, welcome. You're at the conclusion actually of the trial. You're at my worst part, or the part that I'm worst at.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right?
Oh.
Isn't that right? You're obviously...
Shh. Okay. Meat on the bone.
You still haven't forgiven me? Please, draw on me! Why only me? Please, draw on me! Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me!
Can someone in chat explain it while
Can you
I'm
forgive me already?
trying
I'll
to
do anything
do this?
you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? Please, draw on me! Why only me? Please, draw on me! Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me!
I can't talk and do this at the same time.
Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me?
Woo!
There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
This is the end!
Yay! Got it for the first time. Or I got it again.
Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
Thank you for following. Mekla, I'm so sorry. You mean in this game in general, or just what happened now? It's like one of those rhythm
Whoever bought
games,
that
you know,
badge
like
should've received another one as a
Guitar
bonus prize.
Hero, where you have to like press it in time with the
Which
rhythm.
means it's not impossible to use that bag in 2 separate places.
But you also have to like reload.
So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
But the whole game in general is like a murder mystery, so we're in a trial right now.
To an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
I don't really understand that, but okay. Alright, so let's see. I saw the camera, I watched it, freaked out, ran over to the music hall. That might be there, but let's check it out. Got to the music hall, found Ibuki, ran out to find everyone else. And then broke the camera and the drumstick. Forgot about that drumstick, by the way. With the glue, we found the people. We burst into... Okay. This has got to be the hemp bag over here. Right here? Alright. This is a short one. Okay, so... I saw... that. I love seeing myself in the comic strips, by the way. For some reason, it's so weird. Alright, this is the glue. Put it back to normal after destroying it. I don't understand that one. This must be here.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby.
So this right here is the whole
signal light on the
summary
surveillance monitor was blinking
of
ahead
the
of the scheduled
whole
time.
crime.
When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap.
Thank you.
That video was recorded in a different place.
I kind of cheat because I work
The killer
for
brought the music venue camera the night before and made
it's
their
not cheating.
preparations in advance.
I work for a murder mystery theater company. I'm an actress.
And then they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time.
So I read tons
When
and
in fact,
tons
the
of
crime
scripts.
had already been committed by that point.
and like have to know the
person in the
killer's
footage wearing
motive
the
like
bag was
inside
actually
and
the
out,
killer
because it's
acting
one of
as a
those like
fake.
interactive dinner theater shows, so we give out the suspects, and if anyone's lying, we have to know about
I
it.
didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene.
I mean, if you look at this particular
The killer
one,
transformed the crime scene into a closed
even
room.
before anything happens, as soon as you find out
They
that
broke
it's
one
a
of the
fake
drumsticks from the storage room and
because
placed
of
it near
that
the music
curtain,
venue's
you should
entrance.
immediately know who it is. Because the only people
However, they did this
who
to
were in the
mislead us into
hospital at the
believing that
time
music
were
venue
you
was
and
locked from the
Mikon,
inside.
right? Obviously it wasn't you. Fuyuhiko
In
didn't sneak
actuality,
by you.
the reason the music venue
So the
became a
only
closed
person it
room
could
was
have been
because
is
of the
Mikon.
glue.
I mean,
The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open.
granted, until you find out that it had to have been live, you could think it
With
could have
that,
been somebody
the
else
killer
like
finished tampering
pre-recording
with the
it. But
crime
once you
scene
figure
and
out
met
that
up
it
with
was
Fuyuhiko
live,
and me.
then there's really no one else that it can be.
They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikon? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
The one thing I want to know is, did she have the disparity disease?
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Mikon,
What is she, Junko?
what has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
We have to vote! Oh, how bad did I do? Ooh, what was that? Ooh, what was that? What was that? 51. That must have been one of the hangmans.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go!
Michaela, is there something specific you want me to understand? You kind of jumped in like at the very end of a trial, so it's probably going to be completely and utterly 100% confusing to you. Basically what happens is we got stuck on this island, and this teddy bear, Monokuma,
Well now.
came and said that in order to escape, we had to start killing each other.
Correct.
So, basically how this game works is you have like a daily life where you explore the island, you talk to people.
Damn it.
And usually there's like information in the daily life that is in the crime. It comes back to it. And then there'll be a murder that happens.
You.
And then you have to go around and investigate. And then you come down here and you do this trial to try and figure out who the killer is. And that's basically how the game works.
Hey!
They put all these like little mini games in it to make the trial
going
part a
on?
little more fun, I think.
Hey!
Like the logic dive and stuff.
Well, that's obvious. Hey,
Oh, okay, they're answering my question.
What?
I... What?
Did I say she was hot? Why did I don't remember that. I must have skipped over it accidentally. Because I would have totally remembered that.
It cannot be.
Perhaps... See? Jeez. Isn't that right? Impossible.
Oh?
Huh?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
What?
Huh?
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation. It's love.
Hey,
Well... how amazing. Could it be?
this is... But... such despair.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't fuck with me!
Is she talking about Jinko?
You serious?
Where's my cat? Where do you see my cat? On top of the cat tower?
Hey.
This is bad.
There's another one behind the computer.
I am Monokuma!
My sister may have been right.
Oh?
Of course not!
Oh?
That is...
Oh? Well... Do you understand?
Hey.
Hey, hey!
Damn it!
Oh?
Yes, indeed. Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh my god. They have certainly toned down on these.
Let me ask.
Damn it. But... isn't that right?
Please wait!
Damn it!
Wrong. Come on. Hmm?
You fiend.
Phew.
Hey! Hey!
Hey, Huh?
Hey!
Hmm.
So just as I thought.
Hmm.
However...
Fine. Silence.
Right?
All right!
Uh-oh.
Oh, is it not Nekomaru?
Unbelievable.
Hey!
No way!
Hmm?
What's this?
What did you do?
All right!
Hey!
Listen!
Hey, hey! Damn it!
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
Huh? What the?
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on?
What? Is it
Perhaps you don't remember
Frankenstein?
my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing! The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Alright, and with that, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you so much, everybody who watched. If you want to watch the whole thing, I have all my videos on YouTube. The link is below. So, yeah. I'm super tired. But we're only 6 away from my goal, so that's pretty cool. Man. It's like the further you get in, the numbers just drop really fast.
Danganronpa.
It is. It is pretty creepy. Anyways, everyone have an awesome night. Peace.